is a Managing Director from Goodway GmbH, Mr. Nick, and Chief Product Officer from Rubicon. Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Jessica. So
Hi,
I start maybe sharing with my screen. Let's see.
Yes.
All this. Okay, I think you see my screen now, I hope.
Yes. Yeah, we can see the screen now. Thank you.
Okay, good.
You
so I think I start and then I'll hand over to Nick to introduce himself. My name is Thomas Herring. I'm Managing Director of Goodby Europe, here based in Germany, in Munich. And the Munich subsidiary is the headquarter for EMEA markets. So to give a little bit of a short introduction of the company before we maybe talk about the topic, commercial products and utility scale products for distribution. The company has been founded in 2010 in Suzhou, which is a couple of hours away from Shanghai. The R&D center is there, and also the major production lines are in Suzhou and Guangdong. The interesting is that we have up to 12 gigawatts of production. So we really following the growth of the market very well with our production increase, and the growth of the company has been quite significant since 2010. Initially, we had quite a strong foothold in Australia and in some Asian countries. Over the past years, we also established subsidiaries in Latin America and Japan, Korea, and the USA. In Europe, we have been traditionally strong in the Netherlands, particular, and in the UK. But now we have also offices in Italy, Spain, Poland, South Africa, in Turkey also for quite a while. And we are opening new offices in the next 2 to 3 months. So the company, Goodby, covers the whole portfolio in string and on-grid storage inverters, starting from the residential line up to storage inverters for the residential line and coming in the commercial line as well. We're doing C&I inverters and just introducing now the inverters for utility scale products. There are 2 topics where I think we are particularly proud of. The one is the TÜV Rheinland awarded us the All Quality Matter Awards for 5 years consecutively from 2015 until 2019. And I think this has not happened to anybody else before, because this shows exactly what the company is trying to achieve, to develop a very high quality product and a very high reliable product. And the target of the company, and this is how we want to position us, is to offer a high quality product and the respective service for affordable prices. So not being at the cheapest in the market or something like that, but really offer the quality product and persuade customers with a high reliable and quality product. On top, we received a couple of months ago from a very reputatious market-leading research firm, Wood Mackenzie, the award for being the #1 storage inverter supplier, which makes us also very proud, because this is a particular an area where the company has been very innovative and very strong with a very wide portfolio. And when you look at the portfolio real quick, I don't want to really jump in, this is too wide, but we pretty much cover the whole range from the single phase residential inverters from 700 watts up to string inverters as big as it gets these days, 250 kilowatts. In the hybrid side, where we have low voltage and high voltage, single phase and 3-phase hybrid inverters, covering a quite wide market segment, and all-in-one solutions as well as batteries are coming up at the moment as well. And we have also retrofit products for the for the AC side and DC side, and low voltage and high voltage. So that's a little bit the introduction on GoodWe. Before I hand on over to Nick, just a quick word to Rubicon with respect to GoodWe. Rubicon is not just a partner of us, I would say, based in South Africa. They've been, I think, much more than that. They, I think, been friends to the company and to the management. They were the company who firstly introduced high voltage storage solutions in the South African market very successfully, I would say. Then they introduced our commercial product line to the market, also very successful. And now they're looking at our HT series, which is the utility scale products, and hopefully we will have similar successes with the other two product line. With that, having said, Nick, I give you a chance to introduce yourself and your company.
Thanks, Thomas. Thank you, everybody. I just want to share my screen, make sure that works properly. There we go. Okay, can you see the correct screen, would you say? The PowerPoint presentation there? Okay, great. Okay, so just a brief introduction to who Rubicon is. My name is Nick Roach. I'm the Chief Product Officer. I'm based in Cape Town. We are a very quickly growing company, and I'll show you a little bit about what we're up to. There we go. Okay, so the Rubicon Group consists of a number of divisions. So the Rubicon Group provides the platform to deliver sustainable technology to every home, business, and community. So our partner offering includes a curated basket of technology, product, analytical services, and online tools. So it's very important that for our future, we're going to develop a lot of online services and tools, and those are coming on quite nicely. And as a group, we operate across South Africa and select markets. We employ nearly 500 people at the moment. I would say we're probably active in about 25 different countries on different levels at the moment. You can see the different divisions within the company. So energy, automation, analytics, Rubicon Plus, and product. Briefly, energy is the division responsible for our day-to-day renewable energy business. That would be C&I mainly, some residential as well. Automation, we have an industrial automation division that is very active with, well, in the broader automation sector, so traditionally automotive and people like that. Analytics, we have a full energy analytics division, which we use to support our energy customers primarily, but it also dovetails quite nicely with our automation customers. Then Rubicon Plus is a division that is specifically focused on supporting utility scale EPCs and their projects. Product is the division that I run, so that's more or less looking after our product portfolio, developing new ones, and so on. And then we have three divisions of the Province Group, which specialize in lighting. They also have a manufacturing and a building automation division. Okay, so Rubicon Energy is very relevant to this. So the Rubicon Energy is a product and services hub focused on decentralization, digitalization, decarbonization of energy in emerging markets. So we're very strong in emerging markets, particularly across Africa, as I say. Our pillar products are PV solar, energy storage, solar lighting, and then we're moving into the EV charging infrastructure space. Okay. EPC and Installer Services. So what do we add? What value do we add? As Thomas said, we're not a traditional distributor. We do energy analysis. We do system design on a high level, consolidation, logistics, customer proposals. We have a very strong technical backup office or technical back office, a lot of training, and we also connect our customers with financing if they need it. You know, Africa is sort of, let's say, joining the dots as we're going, and we get offered a lot of projects, or introduced rather to a lot of projects, and financing is often the missing key, and we're able to assist in putting those two parties together. We do that quite a bit. Okay, that is everything from my side. Thomas.
Okay, then I just like to show this one slide again here. Okay, good. So what I would like to discuss with Nick real briefly is the new family that we're bringing out at the moment. It's called the HT series, and it's an utility scale or CNI scale inverter, starting from 100 kilowatts up to 250 kilowatts. In different versions, 1100 volts versions with low voltage 400 volts AC, 500 volt AC, and the 1500 volt product and 800 AC version. These products, I would say, is not typical the standard products that the distributor is selling, but we see more and more demand also on the distribution side, looking in projects where these type of products can be used. And that's why I wanted to have a little small dialogue with Nick on this topic. The product itself, just to introduce it briefly, that we know what we're talking about, is a product which supports string level monitoring and power line communication. So that's some key features where we differentiate, I would say, from central inverters. We also support the AC terminal overheating protection. We have sensors there to determine this overheating, and configuration is pretty simple via an app and Bluetooth from the cell phone, for instance. The product itself has a couple of features that are maybe interesting to mention. DC oversizing up to 50%, which gives you supports quite the whole amount of business cases in terms of how you want to power, how you want to design your PV system. It also supports an AC overload up to 10% for the 1100 volt versions. MPP trackers up to 12 MPPTs. Two interesting features I wanted to mention here are this product is very stable in high temperature areas in the sun belt region, for instance, because you don't see any derating of the power up to 45 degrees of Celsius temperature. And it also supports bifacial modules and also some of the high power modules that are coming out right now, as it is tolerant up to 15 amps of DC current per input. And the trend we see a lot now on how a higher DC input, in particular with the high power modules. And also this is our first product, and we will probably go up to 18, 20 amps in the next generations as well. So this is a little bit the product we want to talk about. I want to ask Nick, and initially I wanted to ask Nick is, how do you see this family, the HT family, fitting in the portfolio of Rubicon with respect to the other products you have currently in your line card?
Yeah, it's fulfilling a need that we have. We're getting a lot of demand for larger string inverters. You know, the market here and in Africa is largely CNI. The residential market is relatively small compared to, say, Europe. And so most of our attention goes to CNI and utility scale projects at the moment, by volume anyway. And so there is good demand for that. The size that the market is demanding is increasing. You know, both the project size, but also the inverter sizes are increasing. So there's a natural gap there for it, and there's good demand for it.
And what do you think are the major benefits and the major features that are interesting for you in this HT series compared to other products that you see currently in competition?
Yeah, I think the quality is very important for us. You know, the market has experienced many suppliers come and go, and they're very wary of kind of fly-by-night type of product. So it's very important that there's confidence in the product. One of the ways that we demonstrate that is by the 50% oversizing that you mentioned, because it has a direct correlation to the number of hours that you are prepared to warrant it working for, right? So if you're heavily oversizing, it runs for more hours in the day, you're prepared to stand by that. That has a direct link to the quality of the product and the confidence that you have in the product, and we can demonstrate that. So that's probably an important thing. Lots of MPPTs is quite important in our market. There's lots of demand for that. Yeah, I think those are probably the main features that we're looking at the moment.
And where do you see now the possibilities for a product of 100 kilowatts or maybe even up to 250 kilowatts to be implemented for a company like yourself, like Rubicon? Where do you see your chances there for applying
look,
such?
We're not a traditional distribution company. You know, we're not sort of defined by the traditional distribution rules. We do a lot of development and client development, which then is a project that might be ultimately constructed by a partner and so on. And because of that, we're developing all sorts of different size projects, and particularly the larger ones at the moment. In our local market, 1 megawatt is the ceiling for a CNI project. Broadly speaking, there are some strange rules, but more or less that's the ceiling. And in a 1 megawatt project, the 125 kilowatt machines are perfectly suited to that, especially with the number of MPPTs that are included. And then on our utility scale projects, you know, we have quite a few between 10 and 70 megawatts, roughly. That's more or less where we see the most activity. We're very excited about the 250 kilowatt machine for that space. We're getting a lot of inquiries for it. We've had some really good feedback as well. The cost points are where they need to be. And the brand is gaining a lot of traction, so it's well recognized.
So you mentioned this project of up to 1 megawatt, and under the larger ones where you look at the 250 kilowatt machines. So how do you tackle these projects that you can win them? I mean, at this size of project, you have a lot of competition. A lot of companies also go direct there, and you go with us as a partner in there. So it's probably more than just being the lowest bidder to win these projects.
Very much. It's where we're positioning ourselves. You know, as I said, we're not a traditional distributor, so we have a lot of value adds in that space. There's very little space for sort of middlemen who don't add value. You know, so for us, our analytics team is a very important part of our offering. They're able to add value directly to the end clients and to the EPCs and to the installers. We also have a very strong back end that our customers depend on. You know, we're a long way from Europe or China and the main service centers, and we need to be able to offer that locally, and we need to be able to do it well. And the market recognizes that, and because of those value adds, we are seeing very good traction. We're seeing very good interest in those large projects.
Yeah, great. Yeah, thanks, Nick. This is the questions I wanted to ask you on this to get the first insight in how we launched this together. Jessica, from my side, Nick, do you have anything else you would like to add here?
No, just to say thanks very much. We enjoy working with you guys, and we're very much looking forward to developing the large CNI and utility scale projects with you guys.
Same here. Thanks, Nick. Jessica,